What is going on, guys? Happy BTL Tuesday, episode 250 piece. Hold the fry, as always, joined by your guy Krabs. Javon is on the way. He'll be on route in about 15 minutes. He'll be on BTL. But first, wanted to have a very special guest on here once again. Had our guy Austin on here about a year ago when he was playing A-ball for the Dodgers. Only the OGs remember from about a year ago in BTL chat when we were starting up. Wanted to have our guy Austin on here once again, not for no reason. You know, he is probably the only guy I know playing pro ball. He's an absolute beast. But recently, he's been freaking crushing the ball. I don't want to jinx him. But after graduating from Hofstra back in the day, signing with the Dodgers as a free agent in 2021, this kid has been absolutely killing it. He won 2 Player of the Week awards in A-ball up in Michigan for the Great Lakes Loons. Including 2 weeks ago when he won the Midwest League Player of the Week honors after hitting 350 with 2 doubles, a nuke, and 8 RBIs. And then I get a text this morning from my roommate, who's buddies with Austin, saying, wait a second, he's got another freaking award under his belt. He just won the Midwest Player of the Month after hitting 350 in 23 games with the Loons in May. Most importantly, our guy has since been called up to Double-A. For the Tulsa Drillers in the Dodgers organization. No longer an A-ball anymore. No, sir, not for Austin. He's up in the big leagues in Double-A, and we have to talk with him about it, see where his head's at and how it's been going. He's been crushing the ball. Ladies and gents, W's in chat for our guy, Austin Gauthier. Sauce.
How you doing, my
man? How's it going?
It's going well, man. Just enjoying the weather in Tulsa, Oklahoma, so can't complain.
So you're down in Tulsa now. They got you moving around all over the place, huh?
Oh, yeah. So got called up last week. We were actually in Peoria, Illinois, so we were on the road when it happened, and right away got onto a flight, and then next thing you know, I get to Tulsa and we're driving to Kansas for another away series. So it's been a crazy couple weeks. Finally back at home, so a little settled in. But yeah, man, Tulsa, Oklahoma, here we
So how
are.
does that work? Do you just go and then somebody packs up all your shit for you, or do you have to do it all yourself? Because I know the minor leaguers, you guys got to do a lot of work yourself, man. It's not easy. How does that
You know,
shit work?
that's a good question. So all my stuff is still in Michigan right now.
Okay.
The only clothes I brought were the clothes that I had on the road in Illinois. So my car, all of my like technology, like laptop, everything is still in Michigan. So yeah, there's gonna be people packing it up there. It's gonna be getting
Mhm.
shipped out this week. But
You don't even
yeah,
need to
man, I
worry about
mean,
that stuff. As long as you're down there
no,
swinging the bat, who gives a shit? You know what I mean?
exactly. That's all that matters, right?
100%, dude. They just need to get you down there. Holy smokes. Well, you've already hit 6 bombs this year, and you had 7 all of last year combined. What are they feeding you out there, bro? What are you eating? Where are you getting this extra power from?
So honestly, like it's kind of just sticking with the same approach every time and just knowing who I am as a hitter and not trying to be someone I'm not. Like going into this year, I really didn't think I would like put up like high power numbers, but
Hmm.
just sticking with the same approach has allowed me to, get some out of here, get some out of there, like here and there. So it's I'm very grateful for it. I wasn't expecting 6 home runs in the first 2 months of playing.
100%. And that right
So
fielder's got a hose, by the way. We didn't even know if we wanted to show that clip, but we wanted to shout you out for the multi-hit day. Who's that right fielder? Was that freaking is that a pro out there? Cespedes' arm? Holy smokes.
oh yeah, that was sliding into third right there. I was like, well, I'm gonna be heading back to the dugout.
Either way, we'll take a multi-hit day there. My
For
goodness.
sure.
But last time I saw you, dude, you were looking skinny. Are they bulking you up out there? You're looking big.
So
You're
yeah,
looking big.
we have chefs here, and well, at every affiliate for the Dodgers, and
Yeah.
it's just like just carbon up, man. Especially when you're playing every day, you're losing weight, so you almost have to eat like twice as much.
Yeah.
Um, and then especially here in Tulsa, man, like with the weather, it's gonna be getting like to 100 degrees, so it's
Yeah, you're
just
about to be sweating, bro. Holy smokes.
yeah. We focus a lot on the nutrition side, so very grateful for that as well.
Yeah. And how does the week work for you guys? You have off on Mondays and you play, is it 6 games against the same team like it was in A ball? How does it work?
Yes, it's the same thing. Off days on Monday, and then like it's home and away. It switches each week. So last week we
Mhm.
were away. This week we'll be home. And yeah, it's Tuesday through Sunday, 6 game series.
Okay. Okay. A lot of
So it's not
baseball.
bad. It is
Holy
a lot of
smokes.
baseball. It is a lot of
Are
baseball.
you pretty much at the park like all day except for Mondays?
Even on Mondays, like I'll go in just for a little bit, just to keep the body, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually get there for if it's like a 7 o'clock game, I'll get there at noon. Um, just gotta get a bunch of stuff done, man. Gotta take care of the body, especially with this long season.
Yeah, man.
So
It's a grind. And I don't know
it,
if you saw that graphic that we put up, but you've got the same 2 of the highest WRC plus in the minors this year so far. I might be botching that stat, but it's you and Jackson Holiday,
I
which
don't
is
even know
crazy to
that.
see. Our guy Josh will show the other one. Here it is. 2 players in MILB have a WRC plus above 200 and a walk K rate because you don't strike out above 1. You
Yeah.
and Jackson Holiday. You ever heard of that guy? That's pretty
I
freaking
think
cool.
I've heard of him. Yeah. That's cool
Unbelievable,
stat.
dude. That's what's up. Yeah. And I got to ask, because you have been moving around like crazy, and it's funny, they just ship you there. They'll figure out, they'll send your shit there later. They don't care. But you've been in a lot of places, man. You played 4 different levels of ball: rookie ball, A ball with the Quakes in Cali, high A ball with the Loons in Michigan. Now you're in Tulsa, right, in Double A. I know you just settled in there. You've been there like a week, but where has been like your favorite location, your favorite spot you've been at so far? You've been at so many different places.
Man, I've only been here for I've only been here for what, a
Like a
day
week,
probably.
right?
It's gotta be
A
Tulsa.
day,
But
yeah.
I'm gonna be honest, man, like there's so many good people in this organization. Like honestly, just being in Cali last year and even Great Lakes this year, like they keep it fun. wherever you are in this org. So I've been very
100%.
blessed to be around just so many great people. And I gotta give a shout out to Daniel Nava and Coach Dixon and Great Lakes for helping me get to where I am. And without them, this would have never happened. So just gotta give them a shout out.
I mean, dude, we've been streaming your freaking games, plugging HDMI's in the TVs, watching them. Matt Rob's going nuts on the couch, watching you hit. It's been crazy. It's been greater than any of us have expected. I'm sure you knew you had it in you, but you've been impressing the heck out of us, dude. It's been nuts. And last time we talked to you, you did mention how the Dodgers, great organization, right? They were taking care of you right off the rip. And you mentioned that again, right? They're taking care of you guys. What makes – and the Dodgers are known as having the best, minor league system, best farm system, treat you guys the best. What makes you guys different from the rest, from what you've heard around the league? Because, I mean, we've all heard some crazy horror stories.
Yeah, so – I mean, it's just the people. I mean, the people that we have, like from bottom to top in this organization, are just outstanding human beings. I mean, the character here is just next level. And I think, to be honest, deep down, that's what separates us from everyone else is, I mean, winning is the expectation. And I think people start to get that right when they get here. So if winning's the expectation, man, and you're not producing to help win, then, I mean, you got to figure it out. So
100%.
And also, I mean, just the guy, like I said, man, just the character here, it's unreal. Like people are there on off days getting their work in, and I just don't think you see that in other orgs. But also, they do take care of us like crazy. I mean, we have chefs,
as they should.
The houses that we're in, it's unbelievable.
You guys don't need to worry about that stuff. You worry about the baseball. They take care of all that shit, right? And that's
exactly.
It's only going to provide more time for you to get to the field. It makes perfect sense to me. There's a reason the Dodgers are so good, right? It's not just with the pro team. It's the whole org, right? You guys are just absolutely locked in, and you've got some of the best players and some of the best talent in that organization. That's honestly why it's so impressive that you're getting promoted and moving up and doing so well. It's not like you're playing for the A's, and I mean that in the best way. You're not playing for the A's, okay? You're playing for the Dodgers, and you're up in Double-A. And if anybody in chat's joining late, this is Austin Gauthier, who's in Double-A for the Dodgers, absolutely crushing the ball. I'm just so happy for you, dude. You're killing it. I wanted to know, because you've been around the block for a little bit. You're no rookie anymore. You got to have some sort of story or like a player you've run into when you've been down there who's been rehabbing. Has there been any crazy players in the Dodgers org who you've played with or in a rehab stint? Any big names?
There is one that sticks out, and it's Clayton Kershaw when I was in Rancho.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, it was funny, man. So he showed up, like we knew it was going to be a sold out game. And, we kind of stay out of his way. I mean, it's Clayton Kershaw. Like, you're not getting in that dude's way. Like, the dude's a legend. But I just remember running out to the field, like behind him, and I'm just looking at the crowd. I'm just like, I've never seen like this many people at a baseball game before. I'd say like through the first or through like the third inning, like I can't feel my body just because you're playing behind a Hall of Famer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like you want to ball out for the boy. So
100%.
yeah, that one was pretty cool. That was definitely probably one of the coolest moments in my career so far. But
do you remember what position you were playing? Because they got you playing like 6 different positions at this point, bro. I saw you in the outfield the other day.
Yeah, I turned into an outfielder. I was playing shortstop at the time.
Very cool.
I remember a ground ball coming at me. I'm like, don't mess up, don't mess up, don't mess up.
I mean, that's crazy though, dude. You're standing right behind him, right behind the Hall of Famer.
I know, and like at the time, I was just like, can I cheer this guy on? And like, hey, let's go, Kersh. Let's go, Kersh.
Yeah, you like clapping like a fan after an out? And you're like,
what
am I doing? I'm in the game.
That's what I mean. It's like we're teammates. So it was a really cool moment, man. I'm not gonna lie. And just seeing how he goes about his business is just next level. Like, dude just has his routine down to a T.
I mean, yeah. There's a reason he's been that good for so long.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? It's been like 15 years. The guy's been one of the best lefties in baseball. It's insane.
Exactly. And the stuff he's doing this year, man, it's unreal. He's a straight baller.
Yeah. He looks like he took a time machine 5 years back. So let's hope he keeps that going. It's ridiculous, dude. Absolutely ridiculous. Need it. Did he like buy you guys dinner afterwards? I know a lot of the pro guys will take care of the team after.
Oh yeah, there was a spread of barbecue after, man. I've never seen so much food.
Let's go.
we walk out to where we like leave because we take food to go after the games,
Mm.
and it's just like covered in like 4 tables of just barbecue from
Hell yeah.
I don't know, it was some high end barbecue place I think, and I was just like, damn, dude, this
Yeah,
dude's
you're like, something's going
legit.
on. This isn't normal. Well, who's here? Who's
Exactly.
here today?
Yeah. And then I
Crazy.
remember in spring training, Peralta with us bought In and Out after one of the spring training games.
Dubs.
So it's just all those guys, man, they take care of everybody. It's
Yeah,
amazing to watch. And that trickles
100%.
down, man. Like I said with the character thing, like that just trickles down in the organization, and people kind of change their moves and how they act based on seeing that stuff.
Without a doubt. And I'm sure when a guy like Kershaw walks in the locker room, you guys are probably keeping the jokes to a minimum that day. You're probably locked the heck in. Everyone's scared to even probably talk.
Yeah, yeah, it's time to lock in for sure.
100%. 100%. I got to ask you, with all these rule changes going on, and also like all these guys getting caught cheating and stuff, like even a guy in the minors I saw the other day on the Angels got bopped for using some illegal substance on his hands or whatever. Is this something that you guys even noticed down in the minors going on too with these guys trying to get away with it? Like, is this as common as we see on TV, or is it just blown out of proportion because we're just fans?
So personally, throughout this year, like I haven't seen anything
Nothing
for
sketch.
people, nothing sketch, but I
Yeah.
mean, I'm sure people have found different ways to use something.
Yeah.
But again, I wouldn't say it's blown out of proportion because it is, I mean, it is cheating. And
Mhm.
when you do use a sticky substance as a hitter, like their stuff becomes just unreal. Like
Yeah,
they're
you guys got to be
spinning the,
pissed.
yeah. So honestly, yeah, this year I haven't seen anything. So yeah, I don't know, man.
Maybe they're
Like,
cracking down, honestly, is what it seems
yeah,
like.
I know they check pitchers in between innings, like the
Yeah, like in the
umpires will,
majors.
yep, just like the majors. So who knows, man? I know they're trying to use different baseballs in a bunch of different leagues just to get that, like, so the pitchers can have better grips.
Yeah, like like I don't even know how to say it, the preseason baseballs like they use in Japan, they're trying out in the minors. Is that like in your
Yeah,
guys'
it's,
league?
I don't think so, but I know that,
Okay.
so in Great Lakes, the Dow
Mhm.
company that owns the field they were experimenting with some substance on the baseball and having our guys throw it just to see how they
Mhm.
like it. So, man, I don't even know where this game's going with all that stuff. I feel like it changes every day. So,
And there's a lot of backlash with it too, because a lot of people think, you're trying all this new stuff in the minors, and that's great and all. You're trying to better the game, but you're also messing with these guys' livelihood, right? Like you're trying to get to the freaking top, and it's tough when they're throwing in all these, no pun intended, curveballs at you with all
yeah.
these new baseballs and rules and shit. And you're like, can we just play the game, right? I'm trying to get to the top here. Is it bothering you guys? Are you guys pissed, or is it just like we can't do anything about it?
I know on the pitching side of things, there's definitely been some backlash and some pushback just because, like you said, like it's messing with their careers. Like there's guys that have plus stuff, and like if the ball isn't how they particularly like it, they're getting hammered, and it's
Yeah.
just like, what is going on? I have no control over it. So I've heard some stuff like that, and it's hard, man. Like if someone else is in control of my career, that's the last thing you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I
100%.
mean?
And then with the Yankee stuff and the judge, looking over, I'm sure you saw him like glancing over at the dugout or whatever the other day. Like, what's going on with that? Yeah, did you see that?
I did not.
Okay.
Did they dive into that at all?
Yeah, because
What
there's
is,
been like 7 different excuses. Like the pitcher came out, he was tipping pitches. People were saying maybe the first base coach, he was moving back so he could get a good view of the pitcher's hand behind his body, and he might have been signaling something to Judge. People think he was looking in the dugout. There's been like 7 different excuses that have come out. Judge came out and said that he was just looking at the dugout because they were chirping the umpires so much, but the whole thing just doesn't add up. It's so weird. So
so
weird.
I know that, especially like being in the minors, like you're always trying to find a way to beat that guy.
Yeah, get
So
an edge.
I mean, if the catcher's like showing his signs or something, or if the
Yeah, or the
pitcher's,
catcher's moving and you can see out of the corner of your eyes, it could be an outside pitch. That's a part of the
yeah,
game,
like
you
that's
know?
totally a part of the game, and I don't think there's
Uh-huh.
anything wrong with that. I mean,
Yeah.
people, if you're at that level, you should be better if you're tipping pitches. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
dude. Don't be tipping them.
So
100%.
who knows? Like he could have been relaying signs. Could have been wondering if the last pitch was a strike. There's so many things that he could have been doing, to be honest.
Right. As long as it wasn't Astros-esque, banging on
Yeah,
trash cans and shit, whatever.
exactly.
You know, just
I'd
don't
be
take it
pretty
to that level.
disappointed.
You
I'd
know
be
what I
very
mean?
disappointed.
Yeah, 100%. A couple more things because I know you got to run. You got to go to the game. You got to go to the stadium. You got a game tonight. Who is your MLB player comp? If there was a guy you could compare yourself to, I'm not saying you're as good as them yet, but is there a guy you look at in the league right now who you compare yourself to? You know, gritty, maybe not the biggest guy, but that doesn't strike out, puts the ball in play, hits for average, plays good defense, plays everywhere. Is there a guy you got in mind?
I think just being in the Dodgers organization, I think someone I can relate to right now, since I'm playing everywhere, is probably Chris Taylor.
Yeah.
Maybe him.
Maybe Whit Merrifield type.
Whit Merrifield. I've heard Whit
Uh-huh.
Merrifield, and even Zach McKinstry.
Yeah.
He was in the Dodgers organization, then the Cubs, and now he's with the Tigers, I believe.
Mhm.
He put the ball in play, he hit for average, and he played all 30 positions. So I think probably like a mix of those three for sure.
Yeah. And it seems like my point is, it seems like a lot of these teams now need a guy who they want to keep on their bench, or, you know, a guy who starts and can move around the field a little bit, even during the games, that can play a bunch of different positions. I'm thinking that can maybe benefit you in your game. I'm seeing you out in left field. I'm like, damn, Matt Rob, Austin plays left field. He's like, I guess he does now. And they got you everywhere you're just trying to get play time and see what you can do out there and give the most options possible, right, to the org and say, just I can play anywhere.
At the end of the day, man, I think that holds a lot of not power, but value. I know like nowadays that's becoming a thing. I've seen a bunch of organizations try it. So if you're hitting, man, they'll try and put you anywhere.
If you can hit, my dad used to tell me this growing up, you can hit, they'll find a place for you.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? If you can hit, they'll put you out there, especially now.
And just make the routine plays. Make
your plays, man. Make your plays. Where have you been playing most at? What position?
Still infield, right? Right field.
Wow,
actually.
Right field. Okay.
Yeah, we got a couple studs here in Tulsa. So
I've heard. I've got the rundown.
I'm told, like, as long as I'm out there, man, I'm not complaining.
Okay. So I'll catch you in right field a little bit down the line. Okay.
Oh yeah.
W's. You're playing. Who are you playing tonight? I was looking. Who is it? The Arkansas Travelers.
Yeah, it's the Mariners.
Yeah, the Mariners AA team. How's your matchup looking tonight? You guys going to stick it to them? First game.
It's going to be a good. It's going to be a good series. I heard that. I mean, I've only been here for a week, but they're in second place and they're not far behind us.
Okay.
And we're, I think, 16 games above 500.
Holy smokes.
And like I said, they're not far behind us, so it's gonna be a gritty matchup. I'm looking forward to it.
Let's go, Austin. Well, hey, wanted you to come on and real quick thoughts on the Savannah Bananas. I got to know what's the thoughts on the Bananas from an actual professional minor league player. Give it to me straight. All right.
They're actually playing. They're actually playing here last week when I flew in. So that's actually funny you say that. They're playing at Edel Field. Man, I got mixed feelings about it. I don't know. Like, I can't tell if it's a mockery of baseball or if it's just, pure fun. So
I
haven't really come to a final conclusion about it. I've definitely thought about it.
Yeah, mixed feelings.
Look, if people are coming to the baseball field and they're enjoying it, then, I can't hate on it. That's what baseball is. It's entertainment at the end of the day for the fans. So if that's their cup of tea, go ahead. But you're not gonna get that in regular minor league baseball. We're trying 100%. To win.
You're trying to win, 100%. Well, I hope you keep doing what you've been doing, Austin. You're absolutely killing it, dudes. Winning Player of the Months, Player of the Weeks out of your ass. It's been an insane start to the season this year, my dude. Keep it going, okay? You got a big series starting up tonight. I'm so excited for you, man. You're crushing the ball. You're doing all the right things. You're saying all the right things. And it's awesome sitting back and watching your success. And hopefully next time we have you on here, maybe you're up in AAA.
Right? Ooh, I like that.
That's the goal.
I like that.
That's the goal.
I appreciate it, my man. Thank you for having me.
For sure. Guys, W's in chat for our guy Austin coming on. Not every day you get to talk to a double-A beast who's been crushing the ball in action live during the season. So, Austin, really appreciate it, my man. Go get to the field. Good luck tonight. All right?
Thank
Go
you.
crush the ball. If you hit a nuke tonight, I take full credit.
Hey, it's all you, baby. It's all you.
I'll catch you, man. Peace. W's. What a down-to-earth guy that just gets it. Just an absolute gritty grinder. He should be on the Nats. He's gritty. Gauthier. Look, he's no 6'6", 280 behemoth. He's no James Wood. This guy works his butt off. He was he was a tiny guy 2 years ago. Now he's absolutely huge. He's hitting 6 home runs in a season already, getting called up for the 3rd time in his professional career in 2 years. What a beast. What a beast. My goodness. Do I know him personally? Yeah, I've hung out with him a couple times. He's my roommate's buddy from high school growing up. So W's, what's the story with him here? Yeah, if you guys joined late, we had him on here about a year ago when he just got signed to the Dodgers in A-ball. And we noticed, and we've been watching him play, me and my roommates. He's been killing the ball, just got promoted. He's one of the best minor leaguers in baseball. Had to get him back on. All right? I remember that. OGs remember. And I wanted him to roast the Savannah Bananas so bad. But he withheld like a pro. He answered those questions like a pro. I'll give him that. All right? A Crabs Fire Hat. Let's go. Gotta support the boys. All right, chat. We'll get Javon on here soon. All right, Crabs talk about Live PGA, and that Jackson Holiday stat is crazy. Yeah, dude. Pull that stat up again. 2 players in all minor leagues who have a WRC plus above 200 and a walk K rate above 1. Jackson Holiday, Austin Gauthier, who you just heard and listened to on BTL. That's fucking awesome. That's why we play, chat. That's why we play. Let's keep rooting for him, guys. If you see Austin Gauthier in a Dodgers uniform in the coming years, just know where he started and how much that kid had to work coming out of Hofstra, getting signed, not getting drafted, and now he's one of the best minor leaguers in baseball. Great story. Gives me Dustin Pedroia vibes a little bit. Yeah, his WBC, his We'll Be Seeing Plus is through the roof, chat. My goodness. All right, we're going to talk Live and PGA a little bit here. Javon should be on any minutes, and then we're going to dive into some plays for today. All right, chat. A lot of MLB we're going to go over today. Obviously, Dinger Tuesday. We're going to talk about that as well. NFL gambling scandal. Colt came out and admitted to doing it red-handed. So if you guys aren't hip, we'll talk about that as well. We're going to dive balls deep into the MLB slate, all the games, and maybe a Prize Picks craft sesh if you guys are nuts. All right? Shout out Kyle Tucker, I bet. Speaking of Kyle Tucker, there he is. There he is. W's. Javon, how we doing?
Doing great.
You missed the very cool segment with our guy Austin coming on.
Yeah, I caught the tail end of it. Matt, I couldn't be here for it.
Yep. That's all right. Dude, he's absolutely crushing the ball. How about that stat? Him and Jackson Holiday. I was like, you ever heard of him? He's like, yeah, I think I have. That's pretty nuts.
It's crazy. And yeah, we got to talk about this for a second because that's I feel almost bad. It's going to be awesome. The story for those who aren't familiar, TCU and Indiana State both won their super regionals. Shout out our man right here, John Big Nut Peters, for saying Arkansas was going to win 2 tomorrow. Good, that was close. Good try. But they TCU has to host now because Indiana State has prior, commitments to hosting Special Olympics, and all of their staff is devoted to it. So really sucks for them because they're like the team who hasn't been there before. Small stadium holds 2,000, I think it is. They had a chance to host a super regional and they can't, which kind of sucks that they now have to come to TCU, which is like a blue blood in college baseball. So if it was any other team, I'd be really pissed. I really sucks for them. But I'll be excited to go to some games.
Yeah.
That'll be cool.
Well, yeah. Would you look at that? Another TCU W with their sports programs this year. Unbelievable year it's been for TCU overall.
Great year.
My goodness. And you guys just got blessed again. You guys got a horseshoe up your ass this year. My goodness. Now you get to host. How does that work? How does the second round work? If people don't know in CBB.
Best of 3. So you got
Best
Friday, Saturday, and Sunday if necessary. So that'll be
TCU versus Indiana State, best of 3. One team moves on, and they go to Omaha.
Yep, straight from it. Yeah,
W's. We'll be there, Crabs. Goods. Yeah, that's honestly sick. They're going to be down there. You guys get to go to those games.
Yeah, I think the Friday game. I don't know why it's so early, but the Friday game is at like 4 Central. So probably won't be there for that. But Saturday game 2, we got to get some tickets.
Words. Sure. But yeah, Indiana State isn't hosting. My guy in chat's not hosting. Look, I was going to tweet something out about it. I decided not to. The school does a special, like Javon said, they host a Special Olympics event there every single year. It's a big thing for them. I'm sure they've been paying them and doing that for years is what it sounded like.
Yeah.
So I get it, and that's a small school. But stuff like that isn't going to make kids want to go to Indiana State. I'll tell you that much. Stuff like that's not going to make your baseball team any better.
Yeah, and also like a lot of people were complaining about the NCAA, like having a hand in the decision. They didn't. Like Indiana State, they you have to submit a bid to host a regional and a super regional in like the college baseball playoffs, and Indiana State didn't submit a bid, so like there was no question about it. Like TCU had.
Right, so they even knew beforehand, even if they got to this point, they weren't going to host shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, I didn't want to say anything before that, but I got sent a video. Because we were talking in our group chat, I'm talking with some of the guys, and they're like, "Yeah, we're coming back. We're gonna get to host." They had like a little video that they took of them after the right after the game, already knowing they were gonna host, which I couldn't say anything about it. Obviously,
they're probably going nuts, though, right? They were so stoked.
Yeah, they did. They all went crazy. They didn't know why, which was interesting.
Okay, when do they play?
Friday, Saturday,
this coming
Sunday.
weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend.
Dubs, get some time off. Crabs, won't you be in Dallas this weekend? Yes, sir. Coming down on Sunday.
It's tough timing.
I know. So I won't be there for that, but I'll be there for the coming week. W's chat. Watch out for the best of those Roberts of Oral. Sure.
Dude, Oral. That's a crazy story. They were certainly like one of the more dangerous 4 seeds, I guess, coming into this. And I every single year am very low on Oklahoma State because they fold every single season. It's kind of funny. But they are damn good. And I certainly didn't expect them to come out of that regional. I thought they'd put up a fight, but they can hit, man, for sure.
Do you know who they're playing?
No.
Somebody in chat will know.
Yeah, who are they playing? I think it might be
somebody
LSU.
in chat will know.
It might be LSU, right?
Oof. That's not good for my Tigers' future. Oregon.
Those are, I guess that's a more even matchup for them. I guess 2 teams who are streaking right now and didn't get to face blue blood, which is nice.
Yeah, I bet Caliber. I bet.
LSU plays.
It'll be LSU, Wake for the ship. Dude, if that's the case, it'll be the chalkiest college baseball playoffs of all time. It is never the favorites, ever, ever, ever.
That is
it's
not
crazy.
Happening.
It's crazy.
Respectfully.
Yeah. All right, Javon. Well, we're going to talk Live PGA here for a sec, and then we're going to go into Dinger Tuesday. Javon, I'm sure you heard the news. I actually got a text from Javon Chats. Look at him getting tapped in to the golf world this morning. First one to break the news to me about the Live and the PGA merger here. If you guys aren't hip, here's what's going on. PGA completely went back on what they've been saying for the past year, completely went back on supporting guys like Rory, who have stood out and said that they are not going to take the dirty money from Saudi. And the PGA completely flipped the script, and they took the money from Saudi, and they're going to combine and make a mega league here and bring back the guys from Live to have everybody playing together. Now, I'm going to say this, all politicking aside, this is good for the sports. This is good for my Sundays when I am hungover as heck trying to recover and watching / live betting golf on the couch. So that's a W. We're going to have the best guys back playing against each other every week. But I feel bad for guys like Rory, who stuck up for what they thought was right and declined an insane bag for all this to happen within a year, which is crazy, way earlier than we expected. If you asked me how this was going to go down, I would have said this was going to happen probably in more like 4 or 5 years when the Live was running a little bit low on coins. Did not expect this to happen so early. I'm assuming they put a crazy check in front of the PGA that they could not decline. And you got this guy, Jay Monahan, who's the head of the PGA, who is a scumbag, who's been saying they're not going to take the money, they're not going to take the money, they're not going to take the money, they're not working with the live guys, they're not good people, bringing up stuff like 9/11 years ago or a year ago. Crazy shit. Bringing up terrible stuff, correlating with bad stuff, and Ella De La Cruz gets called up, I bet. And next thing you know, the players are finding out on Twitter today. Not even from the PGA. They're finding out on Twitter that they're combining leagues after them sticking up for the PGA, sticking up for that goofball and holding pat and not taking the money. Then they get an email shortly afterwards coming in from the PGA, which would piss me the heck off. Look at this line, how they open this up, Javon. The PGA Tour, your tour, is leading the formation of a new commercial entity to unify golf. If I read that and I'm Rory McIlroy, just that first line, I'm probably throwing up right on the spot. I am so disgusted. Everything you just did for the last year was BS. This proves that money over morality, unfortunately, in 2023, and they all lost hundreds of millions of dollars for no reason. For no reason. Now, will they make more money going forward? I'm sure they will. But how are they going to deal with these guys coming back over from the LIV who are making $300 million? And they said they're going to fine them? I bet they're going to fine them. What are they going to fine them, $500K of their $200 million contract?
Yeah.
Who gives a hoot? Who gives a hoot? The whole thing's ridiculous. If I was the guy on the PGA Tour, I would be livid. Absolutely livid. Javon, what are your golf thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously not as tapped into golf, but especially like the guys like Rory who went to bat for the PGA Tour and kind of stood pat, for them to go back and start to do this now feels like a massive slap in the face. And I'm not familiar, obviously, with how exactly it's going to affect golf on a weekend-to-weekend basis, talking about a lot of these competitions, but it's definitely a weird way to treat your players. Got me thinking some Roger Goodell type activity from the commish there.
100%. Took a page right out of Goodell's playbook.
Yeah.
Guys, I don't think the drama is over here, and we're done talking about it. We're going to get into some MLB talk here, but I don't think the drama is done. Do not be surprised if you hear some backlash from the guys on the tour coming out trying to defend themselves and their decision so they don't look like bozos, because I doubt they're all going to sit back quietly and let the PGA commissioner get away with this and dragging them and making it look like the last year was a waste of their life. Okay? All-time tweet here from Brooks as well. All-time tweet. The Brooks and Chambly beef is something that I need back in my life, and that's another W for this merger. W's. Unbelievable. Yeah, all the old dudes on the Golf Network are about to have a stroke today.
Yeah.
They're not going to be able to go on today. They're all going to call in sick.
They're protest.
Unbelievable. All right, chat. Do we think Isaiah Rodgers was hammering Matt Ryan over interceptions and got caught? All right, let's go over this now, and then we'll just do baseball for the rest of the show. All right, I wanted to talk about this too with you guys. Look, we mentioned this, Javon, 2 weeks ago? When the NFL dropped that weird report, which was, not very telling, but just weird, almost like a warning that something was coming. Well, chat, here it is. All right, this is why you guys watch BTL. Not only are you getting your bets, but you're also getting your NFL headlines and everything. It looks like a Colts player. And this is what came out early. A player that is not considered a star, but an average fan has likely heard of him coming out, gambling on games, potentially betting on games involving his own team, the Colts. That's not good. That's the fastest way to get out of the NFL. And then later, about an hour after that comes out, you see a tweet from Isaiah Rodgers addressing the reports, taking responsibility for his actions. Looks like our guy Rodgers had some parlays out last year with the Colts in it potentially. No bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno. Hate to see it.
Weird.
This guy's career is over, unfortunately. He's a pretty decent player. But it's the fastest way to get out of the league, and they don't take this lightly one bit. So, chat, you're going to see more and more of this throughout the years. It's not going to stop. There's always going to be some dumbass messing this up because gambling, it's so easily accessible now, and these guys can do it on their phones. And they're messing up, and they are not locked in enough to the NFL season or their teams or understanding the importance of the one rule they have to follow, which is to not gamble, okay? You're making that much money, put FanDuel away, all right? I would if I was making that much money, and that's coming from me, and I'm a degenerate gambler, okay? Put the phones away, play football. What do you need to be sweating out? Go study the playbook or go watch film and be a better player. You are in the NFL. You do not need to be betting, okay? I'm sorry. Just follow the rules. Is it a stupid rule? Sure. But, I mean, these guys cannot be getting compromised betting on their own teams, especially. That's when the integrity of the league comes into question, and that's when there's huge red flags. This is the stuff that can't happen, because then you get guys like me, conspiracy theorists in our head, thinking maybe these games are a little rigged, huh? Maybe these guys are betting on their own teams more than we think, huh? It sketches me out.
I mean,
it sketches me out.
I don't think he was in for that play because I think he's specifically a special teams guy. But the Colts Texans game at the end of last season, that little Hail Mary play, that's one that always comes up, and I think people have brought it up, even though I don't think he was involved in that. But that was a strange play. Oh, that might be right there. There it is.
Hopefully he didn't have them in this game.
Yeah. I mean, that was insanely random.
Yeah.
That was the biggest play of the Chicago Bears season right there.
It was. Yeah, Josh was hyped, bro. That gave him the number one pick. I don't know why the Texans would even try. I know why, because it was Lovie Smith saying fuck you to the organization pretty much.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, but who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Reports like this coming out, literally who knows, and that's the issue. And we're not saying that that game was rigged, but what we're saying is now that reports like this are coming out, it could have been. And that question is suspect enough to ruin, what the NFL and these sports books have tried to been building for the last couple of years, where there's nothing like this going on.
Forgot about this too. Not that this 33-0 comeback. Colts
Holy
were
smokes.
also involved in that.
He could have been live betting, and we have no idea.
Could have been.
Could have been live nuking on the sidelines. Maybe that's how he got caught. Unbelievable.
Wild.
Krabs, why hasn't my Shore shirt coming yet? They're shipping out this week, my man. Please stay patient. I appreciate it. All right. I know it's taken forever. We apologize. They're shipping out this week. We got you. All right. We talked to them on Monday. They told us they're shipping out this week. We got you guys. All right. Just please be patient. They're coming. We got you guys. Come on. It is taking forever, though. Hammered Vikings second half in the locker room. I bet he might have.
Just might have. Yeah.
Insane. All right, guys. Let's do some Dinger Tuesday talk. All right. Why not us? Javon, it's a beautiful day to have a day and bet some home run props, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about today. This is another, I don't want to be the guy that just conspiracy theorists as they do it deliberately on Tuesdays, but it's been a couple, 3 of the last 4 weeks have been slates where I don't really like a lot of home runs, which today's probably another one, but I do think you can find some looks at some guys. Just don't go crazy. But I feel you probably got to start in Great American Ballpark.
Okay.
In Cincy, because that's kind of the obvious run scoring situation or home run situation.
I'm
not
happy
saying salami under, not saying salami under DeGen, but a lot of the pitchers that I like to get lit up, I don't necessarily love them to give up home runs. I think it's going to be a lot of base hits back to back to back. So in this game, I have trouble picking a Dodger, so I'm probably just going to resign. And yes, we know. We already talked about this. He's in the show. We're excited. It's fantastic.
Is he playing today?
He is, I think, playing today.
Very cool.
I mean, take him if you want.
I don't want to take him.
Not
in this first game. Are you kidding me?
But honestly, I wouldn't have a problem if he did. That's the thing.
Look, it's one of MLB's top prospects, if not maybe the top prospect right now, getting called up. Totals weirdly high in this game already. I know it's at the Great American Small Park, chat. I know. I'm looking at it right now. I know. Okay. But it's Gonsolin pitching, and the total's at 10.5. I'm sorry. I don't care what you say. That's high. It is. And if juice baseballs are getting sent anywhere today, it's probably going to the Great American Small Park with Elly De La Cruz making his debut, is it not?
Yeah, and it's also I'm not just saying it's not a bad idea to take him because Elly De La Cruz, but the whole reason that I was looking at certain Reds in this game and to hit home runs is because Tony Gonsolin is another guy that's due for a lot of regression because he's been allowing guys to hit the shit out of the ball. So he's been allowing a lot of exit velo, a lot of barrels, and Ellie De La Cruz. I mean, I know it's his first game.
Let's talk about this kid for a second. I mean, first of all, Javon, this is very good for your future that you took last week. It is. It's awesome. You got caught up earlier than we expected. This is good. Jack, this guy absolutely mashes baseballs from both sides of the plate like no other. POD Pete said it perfectly. I hate giving him credit, but I'm going to give him credit. He is what O'Neal Cruz wishes he could be. He is. Okay? You think O'Neal Cruz is cool? He is. Don't get me wrong. He hits some absolute piss rockets every once in a while, for sure. And I hope he gets back from injury. He was having a good year. I know he's going to be good. But this kid's going to be great. This kid is like O'Neal Cruz on steroids. He is fast. He is huge. He's got power. He can play defense. And he will be one of the best players in baseball over the next few years. He is absurd. And Javon, you're probably right, dude. Wouldn't even hate taking his home run prop tonight. Very curious, insanely curious to see what the odds are when they drop because they're going to be low.
Yeah, that'll be interesting for sure. But I did look into this game a little bit to find a pick before the news dropped, and I went with Spencer Steer. That was who I had initially because he is, again, the guy who I want to target in against a matchup with Gonsolin, who allows a lot of hard contact as of late since he's been up this season, back from injury. He's a big fly ball pitcher, like mid-measure Matt was saying, and this is the biggest fly ball rate that the Reds have in their lineup as it's currently constructed. So he's a guy who isn't up too much. They usually pick his spots, like prize picks wise, whether he's up, and he's got a hit run RBI today, which is encouraging. So I liked him in that game.
Okay. Who else? There's got to be another guy
in that game.
Mm-hmm. We got to come out with at least two in this game. I mean, they're so short.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like the Dodgers you could pick them out of a hat and probably hit one. So like I don't have a problem. It's just you're not getting any good prices on the Dodgers.
Do you know the one who's sticking out to me?
Which one?
Any guess on the Dodgers? You want to take a guess? Because there's one guy I'm looking at who's a little shorter than I thought.
It's definitely Max Muncy.
Well, no, I was going to say James Outman.
Yeah, I mean,
Max Muncy is like top 5 in the MLB in home runs this season. I know he's going to be weird.
Yeah, plus 250. It's kind of crazy, but
that is wild, though.
Outman, what do you expect him to be below David Peralta? Because that's the next guy on the list.
That's a good point. I mean, look, maybe I'm just biased a little bit from the insanely short odds we're going to get at that ballpark. You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's why, like, with the Dodgers, I was just like, I know they're going to hit a couple. It's just I don't feel like picking anybody because the odds in Great American Ballpark have been incredibly weird for the entire season. Like, even like a lot of people try to pick out some in that Brewers series, myself included, because we had like weird games where Tyrone Taylor was top of the board, Brian Anderson was top of the board, Rowdy Tellez had like crazy short odds for one day. Like a lot of it didn't make sense, but it's Great American Ballpark. It hasn't mattered. So they're going to hit home runs though. So like promo wise, if you're talking about, I think you get money back for how many home runs are hitting the game. Probably the best one to do it.
100%. And our guy Espresso Bets just sent me a DM, projected amount of home runs on Ballpark Pal. Looks like there's a 29% chance there's 5 or more home runs in this.
It's Great American
game.
Ballpark. It's going to be like that every day, especially with the Dodgers.
Insanely higher than all the other ones.
Yeah.
And I'm no stat nerd, you know that, but definitely going to be some nukes here. We got to find another guy. Is it Matty McClain after he screwed me over last night at plus 450? It could be. I feel like we should take a Dodger though.
We should take a Dodger, which is why like I'm having a bit of trouble finding one because I don't know who to go with here.
Okay. Well, talk it out. What are you thinking? Matchup-wise, I mean, Weaver, hard-throwing righty, right? I don't think he's a sinker guy, is he?
Hard may be a little bit of a stretch.
Hard is a little stretch? Okay.
Let's see.
What about Mookie to stay hot?
Yeah, I don't mind Mookie. Don't mind Mookie at all. I will say, back on the red side, I don't know if this necessarily equates to home runs, but the guy I couldn't get out of my head was Jonathan India, who in a very similar matchup last season, not lineup wise, but they had Gonsolin pitching when we expected a masterclass out of the Reds, and for him to get shoved with a super high total, and he hit a leadoff tank, and he matches up pretty well with him, history aside, and I don't mind that at all. And yeah, right, Weaver does have reverse splits, so that's why. I wasn't going to take Muncy anyway because they're super short, and I don't feel like doing that, or Freddie. So,
what about Mookie, man?
Yeah, it's probably Mookie or Will Smith. Those are the only guys that I'd be fine with targeting.
I like Mook plus 260. He's hitting a nuke tonight. He's staying hot.
Yeah,
might be leadoff. Might be a leadoff tater.
Could be.
Okay. What other games do you think we're getting runs today? What about the Mets in Atlanta? I like that over.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. That's like the regression bowl. Everybody is expected terrible starts from Bryce Elder. For him to bounce to his expected numbers all season. Carlos Carrasco, people have been fading him the last 2 starts. Been a donkey piss. So who knows? I don't mind that, though. There probably could be some nukes. I didn't pick out anyone in that game just because I hate fading both those pitchers. You have somebody in mind.
But it's a total, and I know Carrasco's pitching, and I know he stinks. Okay, don't get me wrong. And I know these offenses are great. The Mets might not be playing like it, but on paper they are. The Braves' offense is just great. They are. This total's high. It is. And Elder's been so freaking good. He's got a sub-2 ERA. He hasn't lost this year. The guy's a magician if you watched him pitch. He gets out of every jam possible. He can't keep getting away with it. This total's high, and I know it's a TBS game, and I know it's Mets versus Atlanta, right? And that scares me. But I was expecting this to be at 9. And it's at 10 in a game where Elder's pitching, and he's been one of the best arms in baseball.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
No, you're certainly not wrong. It's just it's become very hard to pick.
Scaring you. It's become a popular play, popular angle.
Yeah, kind of. But
okay.
It's not scaring me necessarily. It's just like one of those where I'm not going to go back to it. We can talk about home runs because home runs are probably coming there in some form or fashion, no matter if they have a good or bad start. But
100%. And the splits look great for that over as well. 45% of bets, 76% of handle.
They do, of course.
I bet. We got to find somebody in this freaking list. Let's take a peep, chat.
Let's take a look.
Take a peep. Lindor 390. Olsen's 240. Give me a break. That's insane. Albies plus 550 only. Okay. Riley plus 390. How's he been hitting recently?
Good in good matchups, but the Braves as a whole have been very streaky in their lineup.
Okay.
Who are you primarily trying to target? Is it Carrasco or Elder?
No, I want to target fading Elder. So I want to take some Mets.
Okay.
That's what I want to do, I think. Vogelback maybe. Maybe Vogues gets into one there, plus 5. Alvarez maybe. I don't really want to go Lindor. I don't really want to go, the home run leader, Pete Alonso, preferably. I think I'd rather go with a value play here with a high total where I think there's going to be a couple different home runs hit from these guys. Maybe Vogues. I'd say Vogues, Alvarez, and I'd say Vogues and Alvarez are the 2 guys looking at me funny.
Lindor has a PP red out run. Yeah, the PP red out runs haven't been paying, so
They have?
Haven't. So
okay.
I resigned from those for a little bit. I'll see them get in a little later. Looking through these odds, because a lot of them are Braves. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I probably want a righty with Elder because he does have a slight reverse splits.
Okay.
So maybe if you're reaching for a little bit of value, go Mark Canha.
Mark Canha. He had a nuke the other night as well.
He did.
So, let's see what Mr. Canha's been doing. He's been doing just fine. I would say so. He had 2 nukes against Philly in that series. He's only got 5 on the year, though.
Yeah, he's seen the ball much better, though. What is this, Matt? can't say I look at BetOnline much for TV props, but Vinny P, not even the lineup versus the lefty yesterday, way lower than Arias. Arias, I know that. Arias doesn't get much respect from the books, period, even throughout this whole little run. So I don't know if that's more books just sleeping on Arias or good sign for Vinny. I don't know. But I'll tell you, I mean, Lazard.
We got some Martians tapping in. Javon, can you switch your mic settings maybe?
Can try.
Sure. But yeah, Cannon's been hitting the ball a lot better recently. I mean, I saw him hit a home run myself the other night. He's been hitting it well. Little Martians. Okay, we could deal with little Martians.
We good? How are we sounding?
Much better. Sharp as attack. Sound like Morgan Freeman.
Beautiful.
All right, Canna. Who else? Let's pick out a Brave. I know you don't want to fade Elder too much. He gives you PTSD. He's hurt us enough. Okay, why don't you pick out a Brave? Maybe Ozzy Albies plus 550. Maybe a little Eddie Rosario plus 4. Sure. Riley hits bombs at home. Good.
Where's Sean Murphy sitting at?
Murphy's sitting at plus 475. Haven't heard Murphy's name in a while.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit. I don't hate Ozuna either. So said that. I don't know. I can't say I'm very confident in picking through one of these Braves, but Sean Murphy might be my pick there.
Sean Murph. Chad saying he's due. Sean Murphy plus 475.
Could be.
Okay. I like Albies. He does well versus the Mets. Does he have good numbers against Carrasco? Let's see. Let's take a peep, chat. Let's take a peep, and then we'll move on from this game. Let's see if Carrasco's even faced these guys a ton. I'm sure he has at this point.
Yeah, he definitely has. Let's see. You can pull up the whole list here.
Albies has not faced him much. He's 1 for 3 off of them.
Eddie Rosario has 3 home runs off of him and 38 at bats.
Does he now?
So he's seen him quite a bit. Olsen has 2 home runs and 12 at bats. Everybody else, they've seen him a little bit, not incredibly much.
Chat, do we add this to our card for the vibes? I mean, if the MLB wants to hand deliver some juice baseballs, you guys know where they're going. They're going to Cincy. No doubt about it.
I mean, that's a fun one that you just go to the grave with no matter what.
Sure. Rosario, 3 donks off Carrasco. He does see him well, and he's plus 400. How are his stats looking recently? Looks like Rosario has been pretty on fire recently after a terrible start. I wouldn't mind backing a hot Rosario, who we know is a great hitter, who's much better than that 200 hitter who he was for the first month. He's been on fire. He did hit a nuke last night, though, and he's got 3 home runs in the last 3 games, dude. We might have already missed our opportunity.
Yeah, probably missed the boat on that one.
Okay. Maybe we just go Mark Canha and Sean Murphy and call it a day.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay. What is Canha at? He's at 750. Look at that value.
There we go.
About it. All right. Let's get mobile, chat. Let's move to another game. Another game we think there's going to be runs. St. Louis and Texas. Let's take a peek at this game. Totals up from 9 to 9.5. The line has moved 40 cents towards Dane Dunning. Dane Dunning's been getting some crazy line movement in his starts recently. Holy smokes.
Yeah.
And it seems like sharps are done with the cards. And they might have steamed that line about 40 cents. But we're not here talking about sides yet, chat. We're talking about dingers. Okay? I think there's offense in this game, Javon, from both sides, especially Texas, though. It's looking like Liberator is going to have his first bad start of the season since he's kind of fixed some things. So I think maybe we target some red-hot Rangers bats here. Maybe we throw in a Cardinals bat as well if you love them. Are there any guys you already liked, or should we start crafting?
I like Jonah Heim.
Do you?
I do.
What do you like about Heim?
Well, he's been, you don't talk about hot bats. I know a lot of that lineup has been hot, but he's been seeing the ball really, really well. And he has really all season, even dating back to like his entire career against left-handed pitching. So he's been kind of the target platoon guy. There you go, Chase. Yeah, you can probably spray a couple today. But Jonah Heim's been hitting really well off left-handed pitching. He was definitely in a matchup against the Arsenal that I targeted. So like he's one of my favorite props at hits, runs, and RBI tonight, and I would not be surprised to see him send one over the wall.
Okay, I like Heim. I'm not liking a lot of these guys, man. What about Jung? I feel like either Heim or Jung is hitting the nuke tonight.
Yeah, I don't bet Josh Jung very well, so that's why I kind of resigned from that one, but he's been very solid, obviously, as well.
Yeah, he has. I kind of like both of those, unless there's a Cardinal that we love. But I'm looking at this. I mean, Arenado and Goldie are obviously short. I don't want to take those guys. I think that's a trap. I just don't like what I've been seeing out of those dudes this season. If anything, it would be a guy like DeJong or maybe Edman at a crazy number, but he's not facing a lefty. So that probably scratches him out. Maybe Contreras or DeJong. Do you like either of those guys' matchups today?
I mean, I don't hate them.
Okay.
I will say, like Dane Dunning, he's not one of my favorite home run targets this season. I'll tell you that.
He's been so good, dude.
He's been good. It's just like if you're going to beat him with what he's throwing in his arsenal now, it's probably going to have to be just pepper him with base hits or force him into pretty deep counts and walk. So I don't know.
Okay. Maybe we just roll with these two. Hope one of them go and stay hot for the Rangers here. I mean, they're on fire. Let's back to the Rangers and go about our day.
I'm cool with that.
Okay. Any other games you'd like to target? I mean, I feel like we got to go to Coors. Lamette's pitching. Bravio's pitching.
I don't think
we take a trip to Coors
anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which is why I think that total. I mean, he might still be pitching, but I think the total moved down half a run or a full run, and it might be somebody else opening up for him now, or vice versa.
Okay.
I don't really know what the plan is there, but there's something going on, so I don't know if it's going to be him straight through.
Okay. Well, either way, let's take a scan through this and see if any guys are sticking out. But that is a little suspect if you don't know who's pitching yet.
Yeah.
The total's definitely come down a run. So I'd assume you're probably right. It's probably not going to be Lamet. That would be something that would move the total down a run if he's getting scratched or maybe he's not starting. Yeah, I'm with you. What about our guy Mitch Haniger at plus 425, huh? What do you think about him?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of figure out who it's going to be for the Giants with whoever else is pitching on the other side, but I don't know. He's been due for quite some time now, and I'm not trying to snipe it personally.
Okay.
But yeah, it'll be an interesting one. I think I was looking into this a little bit, kind of looking at the contingency situations because it's going to be a bullpen game, and I think you are going to see Manaea come out. I would only assume Giants sharps if you know what's going on there. They've been piggybacking him a lot. So you're going to get a lefty, I would assume, against the Rockies, who majority struggle against them, but you could find a little stake in a guy like Elias Diaz, who kills lefties. So that would be probably my pick there. Maybe he's a tad low, but it's Coors, so probably not really. And then on the other side there's not really a price that stuck out to me. Manaea has officially announced that that's cool.
Okay.
Not really a price that stuck out to me, but Lamont Wade is my guy that I've been loving, and he's been crushing baseball. So depending on maybe look at him.
Okay, what do you think about J.D. Davis, who's been hitting really well recently? He's been on fire, but not hitting nukes. He does have 9 on the season, but he hasn't hit one since May 26th. But he's been seeing the ball great against the Orioles and the Pirates recently. He's had a hit in pretty much all those games. His odds, I thought, were a little bit short. I know it's in Coors, right? But wouldn't hate taking a stab at J.D. to get on the board tonight.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay. Plus 380, sure. And you like Lamont Wade? You want to put him in here as well?
Yeah, we can keep him off because I don't know exactly what's going on for the Rockies. But once we figure that out, I'll be looking there. They also have Blake Sable up for 1.5 bases on Prize Picks, which is interesting, to say the least.
Do they now?
Yeah, and it's hard to gauge because, like, Usually when a first series in Coors, they put up a lot of interesting squares, and I've looked a couple of times, and like, to be honest with you, first game of a series, they put up squares that people want to take, or at least like that they're okay with people taking. Mm-hmm. So a lot of them, they've been like more corporate than this, but it's strange because I think he's the only one up for bases, if I'm not mistaken, in that game.
Huh. Well, that gives me Mexico series vibes, where the only people they put up were people who didn't do shit.
Yeah, it could be.
Okay. But his odds are a little short, huh? Plus 425?
They are, and he crushes the baseball.
Okay, we're putting him on there. It's a game of Coors. We're putting 3 from this game. All right. Let's go to Philly. Detroit versus Philly. Detroit's got a lefty up on the bump. Maybe we could target somebody on the Phillies who we think maybe has an advantage against a lefty, or maybe one of these Tigers bats against Walker I wouldn't mind backing as well, Javon. I know the totals come down to half a run, but any of these guys looking at you funny against a lefty for Philly or anyone on the Tigers?
Yeah, I mean, I do think the Tigers hit pretty well today, to be honest with you.
Look at Schwarber's odds against a lefty.
Yeah, that is pretty strange. I don't know. He's been on a tear against pretty much anything lately.
Well, it's June.
Yeah,
he's here.
June. It's June, and he's starting to look like Timothy again. So like I wouldn't be surprised to see him leave the yard. But I mean, if we're talking about guys who kill lefties, I mean, Castellanos is on fire right now. Trey Turner is on fire right now, even though his numbers across the whole stretch of the season are not fantastic against lefties. JT also starting to heat up. Really, the whole team's heating up, and those are the guys that I'll target there. But I don't know. Castellanos has been printing with this slow run prop that he has up as of late, and I think I see it again. Or no?
Yeah, what's on the PP board for the Phillies that's looking at you funny?
It was up earlier, but it's gone now. I don't know what that
is. Is it now?
Yeah, but Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, and Schwarber are all still up.
Ooh. For what? For everything?
For
runs. Okay.
But
I mean, look, Schwarber, I would not mind backing at that short line in June, even if it's against a lefty. That makes me want to take it even more.
Yeah. Not going to tell you no. They do have Castellanos as the only one up for total bases. Or no, Trey Turner also has total bases.
Okay.
Just those two.
Okay. Anybody besides Schwarber you want to take?
No, I definitely feel like it's going to be some random Tiger that has pretty juicy odds, but I can't pick. I mean, Abando's is not a bad play down there, but
why am I looking at Cody Clemens funny?
Is he going to play?
Just tell me to move on.
Is he going to play?
I don't know. Just tell me to move on.
Yeah, you can probably move on.
Okay. All right. Well, we got a bunch of names here, chat. Let's take one more sweep through the board. See if there's any other games you want to target. I mean, we could target a Pirate against Caprillion. Put that total up a run.
Yeah, you probably should target a Pirate.
We probably should target a Pirate, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's take a peep at the Pirates and see what they got going on the board today. Zach McKinstry is a sign.
I like his hit run RBI. He's just not a guy who I take for tanks, but if he wants to hit a tank today, it's fine. And yeah, that's also very true.
Okay. Word. Yep, let's go to Oakland and Pittsburgh. Let's see if we can find a Pirate who's going up against Caprillion, who loves throwing Turks. It's his favorite thing. He prefers it with how he's been pitching this season. Let's see, Javon. We got to find somebody here. I mean, McCutch I wouldn't hate. I mean, your guy Sawinski's got some short odds.
I hate that Sawinski is so incredibly corporate today because
I'm
probably going to take his hit run RBI no matter what, but he is on every single Dinger Tuesday card today, which I hate. But you need a lefty against Caprillion.
Okay, so why don't we go with our guy Tucupita? Legend. Home run hitting legend. He's treated us very well.
Tucupita. He has. He's been a GOAT.
Yeah. At plus 650. What's he been doing, chat? Anybody know Tucupita's stats memorized?
Memorized?
If you do, call the number.
Yeah.
He doesn't play that much. He's been playing recently, though. He's got that average up. Has not hit a home run in forever. I wouldn't mind taking a stab at Tucupitas. He's a lefty.
I did briefly think of that. I was looking at some of the lefties because, like Sawinski, he's such a great play too. He's just so corporate. Brian Reynolds is probably going to be like the second semi-corp lefty for them. So you really have a couple options here at the bottom. That would probably be my favorite of them.
Let's go. Let's take them. Two Capitas. Chat, anybody else you guys love for Dinger Tuesday? Now is your time. Let us know. I only want to know if you're betting on these guys. Don't just throw out a random name you like and you're just randomly pulling out of your head. Let me know if you guys have any home run squares, any home run Dinger Tuesday bets you're taking, and we'll see if we like them as well. Hayes? I don't know about Hayes. Brian's got no pop, man. Reynolds, Palacios, Rizzo, Judge, I bet. Devers or Yoshida.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of Yoshida.
Yeah, a lot of because I think he is that one dude's something he tweeted or put in his sheet or Discord or whatever. But I do think Shane Bieber gets drilled today again.
Do you?
I do. So if I were to take a corporate guy today, it would certainly be Rafi Devers.
Devers. Is it time for Devers to finally do something?
It could be. Certainly
it could be. Let's take a peep at his numbers here. Let's see where Devers is at. Looks like he is plus 350. A little short.
Maybe a little bit.
Huh. Okay. Rafi 2 scoops, I bet. He's going to be 4 scoops tonight, though. All right.
Hopefully.
Corbin Carroll, I don't know. Okay. All right. Well, we have a ton of names here already. My goodness, this might be our fattest card yet. And when Javon already started off the show saying we don't need to take everybody today.
Yeah,
we took everybody today.
Narrow that down in private.
We might have to narrow this list down after. Chad, I'm going to be in trouble after BTL. I picked too many home run hitters. Javon's going to yell at me. Damn it.
Maybe.
Any pitchers we can fade? I mean, Biebs could try to fade, but we just said we like Devers there.
He's on the Manoah train here.
Oh, he means literally any fat pitchers we can fade.
Yeah.
All right. Unbelievable. Yeah, let's talk about Manoah for a second. My goodness. Couldn't even get out of the first inning. Is that correct? Or
yeah, that was embarrassing. No, first inning. He got one out.
He got one out.
Yeah.
Man, he got roughed up, dude. Absolutely roughed up. My goodness. And yeah, people are saying Nats crush lefties. Let's take a peep. Let's take a peep at the board. Let's see where the odds are at. But yes, I do think the Diamondbacks beat the Nats today, even with that one move.
Yeah.
But let's take a peep at the Nats odds. I want to see if any weirdos. I want to see if anybody like Vargas is weirdly short, or any of these absolutely gritty hitters for the Nats that don't give up and don't ever give up. They never give up. Sorry, Josh. W. Josh for running back end here. He's absolutely killing it. Absolutely killing it. All right. The last time we picked a Nat, we took Abrams, and he went Yaya at plus 800. That was pretty cool. Dom Smith should be plus 1,000. He should not be plus 650.
No, he's facing a lefty, though. He might as well be minus 250.
Okay. Well, yeah, to get a single.
Yeah.
Not to hit a nuke. Would not mind taking Keibert Ruiz. But he's hitting from the right side though against a lefty. Yeah. He's got no pop. Never mind. Stone Garrett.
Yeah, I mean he's always low against the lefty.
Stone Garrett. He's the only one that's looking at me funny. The only one.
Yeah, revenge game.
Stone Garrett revenge game. You think Tommy deals though? You don't want to put any Nats on there?
Yeah, I think he pitches pretty well.
Okay. All right. We'll move, chats. I would say, though, if you want to take a Nats, take Stone. All right. We're going to go over the MLB slate. All right, chat. As of right now, and yes, we probably will cut this card down. We have Steer plus 500, Mookie plus 260, Sean Murphy plus 475, Mark Canha plus 750, Jonah Heim plus 500, Josh Jung plus 400. We got Diaz plus 6. JD Davis plus 380, Blake Sable plus 425. All right. Schwartz plus 250. Give me a break against a lefty, I bet. Our guy Tucapita value play plus 650. De La Cruz for a fun play in his debut if you want to take him plus 360. And Devers plus 350 in a great matchup against Bieber, who Javon thinks is going to get destroyed again today. Back-to-back bad starts. I like the Red Sox ML. All right, we're going to get to that in a little bit as well. Okay. We'll go through all the games here, chat. We got about 30 minutes. Plenty of time to find some winners for today. You guys know the drill, all right? If there's a game up on the screen you guys got questions about, you want to talk about, you got to play in, feel free. Let us know. We'll talk about it, okay? We like to be engaged, all right? But if it's a game down the line, wait until it's up on the screen so we can talk about it and we don't have to answer 100 questions at once. All right, guys? Minnesota versus Tampa. Javon, what's the Rays report? Eflin on the bump?
Yeah, I do like the Rays today. It's funny, too, because like I looked at a couple guys for home runs in this game because I was listening to the Red Sox broadcast because the Rays one wasn't working yesterday. And I saw or heard that they're talking about how the Rays haven't hit a home run in the month of June yet. And there's a couple guys that are maybe, I guess not price-wise, but order-wise kind of a little low for the Rays. And Varland is going to throw a good bit of fastballs to a, Christian Bethancourt or Yandy Diaz. So I think the Rays up to minus 175 with how shaky Eflin's been when he's actually started facing good teams, probably a little telling. I think Eflin pitches somewhat decently today, and the Rays bats have a pretty good day.
Rays team total over?
Wouldn't mind it.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to lay that minus 175, but I do think the Rays win this game.
Yeah, I think it could be a very ironic home run derby after they heard those comments and they got 2 home runs robbed by the Red Sox yesterday.
I'm sure somebody in that org has that video up on a TV in that clubhouse, letting those people know, letting those players know, letting those Rays know that they have not hit a home run yet in June, and listen to those reporters talk trash. I love it. Okay. Any Rays bats you like to go yard for Dinger Tuesday? We didn't even talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, I looked at a couple of these guys. Yandy would probably be my pick, to be honest with you, with the amount of fastballs he's going to get, but also in that same area, like a guy like 2 of the guys who I kind of view as the same in a lot of these matchups, Christian Bethancourt and Paredes, also guys that caught my eye, but I'd probably just take Yandy as my main pick. But matchup-wise, not home run-wise, I really do like Harold Ramirez, which he's a longer shot for a home run, so I don't necessarily like that as much, but he has a hits, runs, RBI up that I really do like, and I'm probably going to take. Okay. Assuming he plays, of course.
All right. Shark Larkin chat, as a Twins fan, the Twins are fucking not winning today. He agrees. Shark Lark agrees. He aligns. Good. W. Shark Lark, hope you're doing well, my man. Hope you're sipping a margarita. It's about that time. It's the afternoon. All right, enjoy. Royals, Marlins. Javon, your guy Luzardo for the head-to-head matchup. Can we get that graphic up on the screen, Joshy? Little update for the head-to-head. You've got Luzardo going tonight, Javon. How are you feeling after you took a nice little lead with Simeon last night?
Oh, I feel great. I think regardless of how this game turns out, because honestly, I thought the opener was a little short, so it kind of scared me. I think Luzardo gets 15 strikeouts tonight.
Okay.
He's going to shove.
And I think we had an updated graphic, but that's okay. Seager had 6 points last night. Simeon had 12, I believe. I think you're up 6 on me.
Yeah.
He balled.
There you go.
And I think Musgrove pitches tomorrow, Chad. But yes, Luzardo goes tonight for Javon if you're looking to back him. There we go. Bang. Are you taking Luzardo on Prize Picks today?
Oh, I'm taking his strikeouts. Absolutely. Okay. He's at 7 flat. I like legit number. I think he gets double digits.
Okay. Well, we should ladder that, or we should bet his 10+ Ks as a prop.
Yeah, I think I was already taking this and I locked it in an entry, and then I think it was not in Major Matt. I can check. I don't know if they have this on a DK or not, but on FanDuel they have a strikeout leader for the day.
Yes,
strikeouts on the day, and Luzardo was incredibly short. I think he sent that, which was interesting.
They do. That's a new prop they're doing as well. Very cool. Okay, he was weirdly short. He caught your eye.
There's a large gap. I don't know the price off the top of my head, but if anybody's in chat and can look and double check that price, there was a massive gap between him and everybody else.
And you guys know we'll tweet out all the Dinger Tuesday squares. We need to cut this list down maybe a little bit before we put it out, or else Javon's going to kill me. All right. We have about 20 guys on this list already. Okay. You guys know you can always go back and rewatch BTL on Twitch afterwards and YouTube. Okay. So if you missed it, feel free to go back and watch, but we'll tweet on the BTL Twitter as well. Okay. But let's talk this game as pertains to the side. All right. Kansas City and Miami here. The line is coming back towards Kansas City a little bit, but you're pretty confident that Luzardo is going to absolutely deal. We need to give some respect to Luis Arias, chat. My goodness, he has not been getting talked about enough recently. He was in the beginning of the season. I feel like people were getting bored of his base hits. But the guy's hitting 400, chat. 399. I apologize. Sorry. He's hitting 399 at this point in the season. We're about a third through the season. If anybody can do it and break Ted Williams' insane record of hitting over 400 for a season, it is this guy. Do I think he's going to do it? No. Is he the MVP? He probably should be, Kish, but he's not going to get any respect because he doesn't hit the ball hard, okay? Or if he does, it doesn't go far, okay? He gets no respect. Luis Arias is probably the best hitter in baseball this season, if not the best hitter in baseball this season, and he is on fire and a huge reason why the Marlins have been so much better this year. What a trade it was for them to go out and get a hitter at the top of that lineup who absolutely rakes. My goodness. My goodness.
Today he's not available on Prize Picks, so it's kind of sad because who's that approach against Zach Greinke? I mean, he might have 3-4 hits again. There's
a reason Arias isn't up on Prize Picks today, huh?
I guess so. Which honestly, I think both these pitchers pitch pretty well. Talk about like the 7.5 total, which it's back down to, and juice the under again after touching 8 briefly, I think overnight. After the semi-fake sharp total or fake sharp under that we got yesterday and that game soared, I think we get a masterclass from both these pitchers today, which could hinge more on Luzardo, kind of shutting down the Royals and making them not score. Hot take, but it's looking like an under to me there. And I think the Marlins do win. I'm just scared with that opener.
Dubs. Okay. Yeah, I think the two favorites win those first 2 games. I'm with you. Unfortunately, they're a little juicy. Maybe a little 2-piece parlay to start out your night, chat. Who knows? Maybe get weird and send a little 2-piece.
Yeah, I don't know.
We got some sub banks. Oh, you don't know?
Well, the only underdog to win last night was the Astros. So
holy smokes!
Favorites yesterday or favorites.
Great
today.
trend. And how about that? It was a squad ride, huh?
Yeah.
Hilarious. How about it?
Hilarious.
W's, chat. Great pick. Once again, click the right buttons. And we have some sub bangs as well. Big Matty Mart coming in with a sub bang, 4 months. Sky IOG coming in with a sub bang. Krabs, why hasn't my Shore shirt come in yet? It's coming, my man, I promise. All right, be patient. I appreciate it. They're shipping out this week. All right, Beast. I promise you, we're not, making the shirts ourselves. I wish they were faster. We've been bitching at them, but be patient. All right. Devin Makes Music, resubbing, 5 months of serving time. I bet that's the best 5 months of serving time you could ever do. YSL Beast, sub bang last night. Appreciate the support, guys. All right, W's. Let's keep moving. Let's keep grooving. All right, chap. We've got Detroit versus Philly. Alexander versus Taiwan Walker. All right. Trey Turner is back. He hit 2 home runs last night. We'll go ahead and show that clip as well. Some life for the MLB season Megalodon that I sent. Now that this has happened already. Yes, I wish I got this in earlier for the season-long entry at over a half multi-home run games from Trey. Unfortunately, I got it late when it was at 1. It already got bumped up. But last night, he did it. He did it, chats. All right. 2 home runs. Unbelievable. Trey's locking in. The Phillies, like Javon was saying earlier, are starting to see the ball better. We knew they were not going to keep losing and playing as bad as they were. They got to get going. And Trey Turner's leading the way. All right. He looks like he's back. I'm rooting for him. How do you not root for that guy?
Yeah, you got to.
Likable guys in baseball. 100%. 100%. Great. And then we could show the MLB season Meg as well. A little update here for chat. Pretty much the only thing I am sweating out here is Corbin strikeouts. Okay. And I know Baird's looking great. Okay. That's going to hit. Judge, I think he's hurt again. I don't really know. I'm not hoping he's hurt, but apparently he might be hurt again. He hurt his little toe. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, dude. You hurt your little toe last night? He might be going on the IL. potentially out for a month. Could be a day, could be a month. They don't know yet. They're checking him out. His little toe's hurt. I hope he's okay. Oh, Aaron Judge's toe. Patrick Corbin, that's going to be the sweat. All right. He does not have the strikeout stuff recently. Everything else, though. I mean, Cal is soaring. He's one of the worst pitchers in baseball this year. Miggy can't hit the ball at the infield. Bless his soul. And Trey Turner already has one. All right, chat. So this is looking pretty damn good. And his toe is hurt. And maybe this entry will come down to how soft Aaron Judge is and if he wants to play through injuries or not. Okay, we'll stay posted on that. All right, chat. Back to the lab. All right, Detroit versus Philly. Javon, who's winning this game, man? I mean, Philly's minus 180. That line has come down 25 cents towards Detroit, though, huh?
Yeah, it has. It has.
Interesting.
I really don't want to fade the Phillies, which, I mean, if I had to make a play in this game, it would be taking Tigers probably plus 1.5. But I can't fade that lineup right now. I really can't because I do think they're starting to get going. I mean, everybody's heating up, and everybody has really good matchups against Tyler Alexander. You have a better lefty on the mound for sure compared to Joey Wentz, who profiles a little more poorly against that lineup. But I can't fade that lineup. Even I don't think Taijuan Walker pitches well. I think the Tigers bats gets to him. Maybe a Tigers team total over, but I can't back them in the game.
Okay. And that total's come down half a run. Weird. Stay away spot for me. I'm good on that one. Oakland Pitt. This total was up a run from 7.5 opener. Pretty weird, but it is Keller going. Shout out Ollie. His guy's pitching today. He should pitch great. The line's moved almost 40 cents towards Pittsburgh. The total's up. I think this is a Pitt blowout. I don't know if you want to take Pitt team total or what, but Pitt's winning this game, and they're going to put up plenty of runs in this matchup against Caprillion, who is just that bad. He's just that bad. Everything's pointing towards a Pittsburgh blowout here. How do we back them?
I'd say you just go minus 1.5. Debating doing it myself, which I mean it's painful, I guess. Taking a play.
Rather take that than team total, though.
Yeah, I would, because I think Mitch Keller pitches pretty well, and I mean Caprillion against this lineup, like this lineup's not very good. Call it what it is, but they have a lot of lefties that are probably going to hurt Caprillion because he can't face a lefty to save his life. So it's probably going to be a Turk fest from him.
And you wouldn't want to take Oakland team total under?
No, because in this matchup, I like the Pirates bats more than I like Mitch Keller against the Oakland.
Okay. All right, so maybe just laying it with Pitt minus 1.5 is the way to go here. Okay.
Yeah, probably.
All right. Chicago and the Yanks today. We got Schmitty up on the bump. This line is down 35 cents towards Chicago. What the heck? Is Giolito going to pitch okay today? The total hasn't moved from the 8 opener. What do you think about this? Are the White Sox a live dog here?
I don't think so. I'd like the Yankees. Probably going to take them first 5 minus half because I don't think Giolito pitches very well.
Okay.
But, I mean, the line move, I don't know if it had to do with some confirmation of Aaron Judge likely not playing today. But this is a Yankees lineup without Judge that doesn't get very much respect at all. And as a Yankee fan, Clark is going to get smacked. You know, that's the thing. He gets smacked against by lefties. And the most power that they have in their lineup, I guess, on a consistent basis from a lefty is like Gavin Sheets. And I don't even know if he's going to be playing today or what the story is. But a lot of the guys in their lineup that are going to hurt you, Luis Robert, Eloy. Yeah, there you go. Eloy, Luis Robert. A lot of those guys, they're righties, who Clark Schmidt has been really, really tough against. So I think he has a pretty decent matchup today. I'm down to buy the bad news and take the Yanks early. I think Giolito gets flipped off on, get maybe a Stanton nuke. That would be nice.
Yep. I'll let you have that one yourself, brother.
Yeah, I figured.
You have that one yourself. Yeah, I'm not betting the Yanks. No thanks. All right, though. But yeah, the White Sox have been on fire. If you want to fade, sure. Yeah, I don't hate your reasoning there. One bet.
Yeah.
White Sox are heating up like people are saying in chat. Hater, yes, Danny, I am a hater, 100%. Arizona Nats. Javon, you think Tommy Henry pitches well today, even with that line move, huh?
Yeah, I kind of do. It's not to the point where I want to back him. Maybe the under there, unless that total moves up. Because I do think Jake Irvin also pitches well. But soft tossing lefties against the Nationals is usually a system I pretty blindly follow, but with Tommy Henry, it's kind of a completely different beast. You talk about like what he throws, like it's not just that he's throwing a lot of sinker balls necessarily, but he locates a lot differently than a lot of these pitchers, which is why I think first time around he pitched so well against the Nationals as well. So I don't know if he's going to replicate that, but I think he'll be okay. And Jake Irvin, kind of same story. I don't want to back him against that lineup that's heating up, especially at the top. I think they can get to him early and often, but he can kind of settle in later in his outing. So I still do lean the D-backs against the line move unless we see like a continued one down to like minus 130 or something. I'll probably be off, but I think that's the square up play for me today.
Okay. And yeah, this is coming this summer, guys. We're going to step up to New York. You know what the people need? The people need an honest review of the Judge Burger. Okay, everyone I've seen, they take a bite of the Judge Burger and they nut their pants. It's like the greatest thing on earth. I see the bias right through their eyes. It's a crock of shit. All right. The people need a real review of the Judge Burger. It's not, look, I don't want to do it. I have to do it. Okay. And I would not mind taking a stroll over to the bleachers to chirp some Yankee fans. I'm sure that'll go well.
This is also interesting. I don't know if it had to do with it moving, but if you look at the D-backs line at minus 145 and you look at Kevin Gausman right below, look at the difference in the minus 1.5. Plus 105 compared to plus 155, which I know it's the Nationals, but that is a significant gap.
So which one is weird to you compared to where spreads are usually at with those MLs around minus 140, minus 120? Which one is the weird one?
I would say that the D-backs is a little weird, even with the higher total. Seeing that almost even for only a minus 140, 145 favorite is probably a little strange.
And the higher total could definitely result in that minus 1.5 being a shorter dog, right? Being a shorter, but maybe not that short. I mean, it's a 50-cent difference for a 1.5 run difference. That's a little much. I'm with you. That's weird.
Yeah, a
So
little bit.
better chance Arizona blows them out today. You're saying?
I mean, it could be. Could be.
Probably, the odds, yeah.
Yeah, I mean the ceiling's probably a lot higher for the Nationals.
And also the Nats are one of the best teams ATS in baseball. They're a top 5 team ATS in baseball this season. They cover, they win by some crazy way, and their offense you don't expect it, or they lose by 1 almost every night. It's crazy. They're right there. They're a covering machine, so that also could have to do with it, right? Of them not getting as much value there. Okay. Let's talk about the Dodgers and Reds, though. The people need to know about this game. Over. I don't care if it's in the Great American Small Park. It does not matter. Gonsolin's pitching. Totals at 10.5. That's good enough for me. Straight up. Opened up at 10. Lines back from minus 240 to minus 180 for the Dodgers. Great sign. Great sign for the over as well, because this one's going to be a freaking home run derby. They don't know who the heck's winning. They don't know. That's why that line's coming down. And look, do I want to back Elly De La Cruz and the Reds offense in his debut? Typically not. But in those conditions and potentially some juice baseballs with that high total, wouldn't mind it. And the Reds offense has been hot, right? We know they can put up runs. Dodgers offense is stacked. Luke Weaver has been weirdly good at times this season. I don't know if he's even that guy, right? We'll find out tonight against the Dodgers. My goodness. But with that line coming back towards the Reds on the ML and that total moving up from 10 to 10.5, the 10 was already high, chat. And now it's at 10.5, closer ML. Going to be a home run derby tonight. Plenty of runs. I don't know who's winning, but it might end up being the Reds at the end of the day.
Could be.
Like the Gonsolin, his second loss of the season? I mean, guys, he's got a sub-2 ERA, and he's pitching in a game with a 10.5 total against the Reds. Don't overthink it.
Yeah. And I mean, like, I would not like to back Elly De La Cruz, like, personally, as like an individual prop today, unless he is the guy that you see 120 exit velos off the bat time and time again, and he's playing a pitcher or facing a pitcher who his whole thing has been giving up a lot of hard contact and getting lucky enough to get out of it. So, like, that's the only reason why I'm saying, you're getting into betting on somebody's debut, but I don't think you could ask for a crazier matchup today than that.
100%. And I think we skipped over a game, Houston-Toronto, if we can scroll up a spec. Wanted to show this funny video or funny picture of our guy Manoah from last night while we talk about this game. Crazy scene tonight in Toronto as Alek Manoah attempts to eat a baseball, so he couldn't give up any more runs. I don't know if anybody picked up on that last night. He was trying to blow the ball foul, which I've also never seen. The umpire was like, what the fuck? It also did not work one bit. I think the ball might have even moved to the right.
Yeah.
And that's how Manoah's season has gone this season. He blowed the ball and it moved back towards unbelievable. Maybe he was trying to eat it. Who knows? Big boy has been struggling. I know we're making fun of him, but it's only because Javon, the wizard he is, called this before the season. If he didn't call it before the season, wouldn't be making fun of Manoah. But somebody let you guys know this was coming, and everyone made fun of him. And would you look at him now? Now Manoah's trying to eat baseballs to not give up any more runs. How about it, Javon?
Hilarious.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of people think I just like hate him as a person. We were talking about that with the Jen a little earlier. I don't. I've just kind of taken like a personal stance on him this year just because I faded him and everybody hated it. Everybody's chirping it. But I kind of like the guy. You probably would too, because a lot of his chirps were against Garrett Cole and the Yankees. I'd like
100%. I wish he was good. I wish we didn't have to fade him, but money's green.
I know. Yeah, money's green. You gotta do what you gotta do.
He's an all-time Yankee hater as well. Remember that clip talking about who's the biggest cheater in baseball, and he looks at him, smiles like he already was waiting for the question, just chomping at the bit.
Yeah.
He goes, Garrett Cole. Yeah.
100%.
I like Manoah, guys. He just sucks at baseball, and Javon called it, and you guys all made fun of him, and he was right, and you guys are wrong. So suck it. How about that?
It's funny. I mean, he's one of the worst pitchers in baseball, if not the.
Yeah.
I
the only thing we're worried about now is he going to be staying up in the majors?
I know. We need what, 2 more starts to make sure that counts. Which he'll probably get, even if he gets sent down now and they bring him back up. He's not going to stay down there. So.
Yep.
We wait.
Well, as it pertains to this game tonight, what do you like?
I like the Astros again. Assuming we don't see much more of a move the Blue Jays' way, this is going to be probably a pretty popular bounce back spot with Gausman on the bump against Hunter Brown, who just got lit up in a very public spot by the Twins. So I kind of lean the Astros to take care of business again. I wouldn't be surprised for a lot of people to get burned here. Gausman is a guy who obviously they've seen a good bit of as a lineup. Hunter Brown, he's a rookie, so Jays have not seen him, I don't believe, much at all. I think he maybe pitched them in the first series, but I know Gausman did, and he got lit up by that lineup. So I don't think that's necessarily going to happen again, but I wouldn't be surprised to see another masterclass by this lineup. I'm interested to see if Altuve is going to be back today too. I honestly probably don't want that.
Okay. I will say that opener plus a hundo for Houston with the 8.5 total that I thought was a spec high with Gausman pitching. Definitely maybe lean Houston right away. And I know the line's moved towards Toronto. It's going to move towards Toronto. They're public. It's Gausman, and he's coming off an 11 strikeout game where he gave up 0 runs, right? He's been pitching great. That opener was short. The total was high. Maybe the numbers are back towards where they should be more now, but it took all the public to move it back, and I'm willing to take a stab at Houston on the ML. Gun to my head if I have to take something in that game.
Yeah, gun to my head.
Don't love it. Not like Houston yesterday, but definitely lean that way today.
Yeah, for sure.
And the over. Okay. Dubs. We got about 9 minutes, and we have way too many games to go through. Let's start the squad ride out and then go over the other games while it's cooking. Sound like a plan?
Yeah, and we can talk about probably my favorite player right now on the board, which it's now Pick'em, which is crazy. I like the Red Sox. Talked about that a little bit earlier. I think Bieber gets blown up, especially by a lot of these lefties, which it's a 7.5 total game. So is he going to get blown up? Similar to that Orioles start, probably not. But a lot of those lefties, who Bieber is a guy who you definitely want to attack that split. Who do you got to go through? You got to go through Verdugo. You got to go through Devers. You got to go through Yoshida and Jarren Duran, who I really want to target today too. So I think he's going to have some trouble for sure, and he's going to turk a little bit. James Paxton on the other side attacking the Guardians in their worst split. They have been heating up lately, but they still haven't been hitting lefties. I don't think that starts to buck that trend or anything. So I do like the Red Sox today.
Okay. Back to Malik coming in with 5 sub bangs. Beast. Appreciate that, my man. If you get a sub from our guy Malik, make sure you let him know. Thank you in chat. Giving out 5. Let's freaking go, my man. Appreciate the support as always, Beast. All right. Javon, I like the Red Sox as well. Good pick. Good pick. What else should we put in here? I I'm thinking we put the Dodgers Cincy over. Okay. You go Boston ML. I really like the Mets in Atlanta over, but it didn't sound like you did.
I mean, I don't have anything against it because, like, it's 100%. I think the right read. It's just I'm scarred from that game. But if people like it enough, they can vote for it. That's fine.
Okay. Hype train close. Let's freaking go. Do we get more sub bangs? Holy smokes! Coach Duke. Now 5 sub bangs. Let's go, Coach Duke.
My God.
OG, friend of the program for a while. What's up, my man? Appreciate the sub bangs, giving out 5 to the community. Let's go, dude. Hype train is close, boys. W's. All right. We'll put that Mets Atlanta over in there. That likes that one. What about from these later games we didn't get to, Javon? Any plays you love? And then we can talk about them once the polls are up.
I like the over in Cubs Angels game.
Okay, I like that over as well. Do you like the over better than the Cubs ML?
It's neck and neck. I would be down to go with either.
Okay. I like the Cubs ML better, I believe. Let's see. Although the Cubs have been an under machine. They've hit so many unders in a row, dude.
They have been.
So many unders in a row. Let's see what the splits are telling us. Looks like the Cubbies are not public. The over has crazy splits. 50% of bets, 92% of handle on the over on Bisson right now. Holy smokes. Javon, you make the call. I like both of them. You pick.
I mean, my like on the over is probably a little more predicated on the Cubs. I'll tell you that. It's like it's a pretty dream matchup for them. They're just going to get Tyler Anderson changeups, which they crush. They're going to get cutters from him inside the righties, which they crush, and obviously a lefty on the mound, which they've been kind of flip-flopping lately. They destroyed Ryan Weathers and got shut down by Blake Snell, and now they're back the next day against Tyler Anderson. Much better matchup. So I'm down to go with the Cubs. If you want to go, let's take
the over.
You want to take the over?
Let's take the over.
Okay.
I'm seeing the line pull back a little bit towards the Angels right now. It's giving me the EBGBs. That over is crazy high as it is with how the Cubs have been doing. Let's just take the over, not overthink it. Let's do it.
I'm cool with it.
Let's do it. Right now, chat, we've got Boston money line. We got Dodgers Cincy over. We got Mets Atlanta over. We got Chicago LA over. Holy smokes. A lot of overs. My goodness. I think Musgrove is pitching tonight.
Yeah, he is.
Let's freaking go. I think Musgrove and the Padres win that game. I also like the under in that game. I know we didn't get to talk about that, but I think both Gilberts starts to bounce back, and I think Musgrove continues to get better. And I like the under in San Diego. The only thing about it is that San Diego's hit, I think, 7 million unders in a row, or like 9 out of their last 10 unders. But, I don't even care at this point. Let's keep fading that offense. I like the under in that game. I like the Padres ML. Do you like any of those?
I don't know. That game, that can be all you in that game. I don't have any confident points in that game. But I will say, I mean, I do not mind that under, especially considering the Mariners are coming off of 26 runs in their last 2 games, giving up. So, I mean, I think Logan Gilbert pitches pretty well, which I could probably pitch well against the Padres. But Musgrove, any righty with strikeout stuff going up against the Mariners has just been a cash cow lately.
Yeah. All right, let's put the under in there and see if Chad wants to vote for it. I'm going to be on it tonight. I like it. All right, Cat, 5 plays, 5 winners. Boston ML, Dodgers Cincy over, Mets Atlanta over, Cubs Angels over, and Seattle San Diego under. I feel much better now putting an under in there. Okay. Mush, what are we thinking about your Padres tonight? Are you guys getting a win? Let me know. And let me know what you think about that under as well. All right, chat. Poll should be up in the Twitch chat. You got about 2 minutes. Hurry up. Go. Hurry up and go. Go make a pick. Click the right button. All right. Red Sox ML absolutely running away with it. I don't blame the chat one bit. That bet is stinky, and I like it. That bet is gross. That line is gross, dude. Red Sox minus 110, I bet against Bieber. You think he's going to pitch like he did in his last start, huh?
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be that bad. Because, that was, I think, a little higher total of a game and a little tougher of a situation because I think their bullpen was pretty used throughout that whole week, so they kind of had to leave him out there. But, matchup-wise, it's probably even worse for him, if I'll be honest with you. Facing a lot of those lefties that crush everything that he's going to throw. They're not really going to strike out. Like Yoshida's not going to strike out. Verdugo's probably not going to strike out much, if at all. And Bieber just doesn't have that same put-away pitch. It's just like the bottom of that lineup too. I think they could all have success. I was looking through BBP stuff too for props, and the guy who's crushed him the most out of that lineup is Jarren Duran, which is crazy to think about. Which only 6 at bats, but he's 4 for 6, crushing the ball every single time. So, I think they have good matchups all throughout that lineup against them.
Okay. What do you think about the Orioles game, Javon?
I want nothing to do with that game. Nothing to do with that game.
Well, I really like the Brewers today. I'm just going to say it.
Why?
On the ML. Baltimore opened up minus 115 in this game. And they've now moved to Milwaukee's moved to a minus 130 favorite, I bet. With how bad Peralta's been, how sketchy he's been, how good Gibson's been. Give me a break. Give me the Brew Crew. Yeah. Their bats are hot right now.
Yeah. Are they?
They've won. They not win last night?
They got shut out by Abbey yesterday.
They did get shut out by Abbey yesterday. They have won 4 of their last 6, though. They have. That shutout makes me like them even more. That's an even weirder line move.
Well, yeah, that's probably what went back into anything.
That's a weird move, man. And the Orioles have been on fire. Come on now. Gibson's been good. They're coming off a nice win. They're coming off a series win against the Giants. Give me the Brew Crew. Give me the Brew Crew.
Maybe. Definitely not taking the Orioles, but
Okay. Chat, it's looking like we're getting the Red Sox ML with a hefty 74 votes. Those are good numbers. Chat. Red Sox ML for the squad ride. People forget we have not missed a squad ride since 2 weeks ago. Holy smokes. Went undefeated last week. Hit the squad ride yesterday. All right, let's smack another one today, chat. 92, 57, and 3. Absolute insanity. Let's keep that absolutely moving and grooving. Keep the squad ride rolling. All right, chat. Going with Boston Red Sox ML tonight. And we'll see you guys at the counter after another squad ride cashes. All right, chat. We'll catch you guys on here tomorrow. Same time, same place.